good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound.
That's outside.
Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes. And a foul ball. That one lifted to left. Bellinger settles underneath it, and there's 1 down. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently under the Mendoza line so far this month.
Out to short, Volpe. On to first. 2 quick outs at the top of the first here tonight. 2 down, bases empty, and now it's Dalton Varsho.
Hee-haw!
Fastball for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And towing the slab, Braden Fisher. What do you have on him? Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. And that one is lifted in the air. Schneider on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. It's Aaron Judge now. And Judge takes a strike.
Slayer, low outside.
Just
That's the ball.
missed.
Overhand curve, low middle.
Out towards right center field. Straw moving under it. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Here's Cody Bellinger. He's been a great free agent sign. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count. Then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Overhand curve, low middle.
2 down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. We played an inning, no score. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. That one felt good. The Blue Jays on the board first. It's 1-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So up next for Toronto. Davis Schneider. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. They do it again. Back-to-back homers, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Ernie Clement. Next up for the Blue Jays. Clips the corner. 0-1.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in. So digging in, Miles Strong. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball one. Catcher challenge, we'll take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. The 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
Liner, and that should be extra bases. Now around second, going for third. The relay, save!
Well, most guys would have a double out of that, but for elite speed like his, that's an automatic double. He's thinking, how do I turn this into a triple? And that's exactly how you do it.
One down. Runner at third, Andres Jimenez. Next up for the Blue Jays.
Ball.
One away with a runner at third. Here at the top of the second. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Brings it in. Runner tagging from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and they take a 3-run lead.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me, and I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
The batter, number 4.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. George Springer now at the plate. And the lefty with the 0-1. That's to third. McMahon throws to first in time. That takes care of Springer. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 3-0. It's an bottom of the 2nd. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
Check swing called strike. And it's 0-2.
Low inside.
Stays alive.
4-seam fastball. High middle.
The 0-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. The 1-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that's the 1st out.
Oh, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Goldie in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Low outside.
And now the 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
Throughout history, the fastball down has been the most successful pitch. Guys can handle a little bit better these days, but they, of course, still prefer something belt high.
Low inside.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Slider. Middle outside.
Ball.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
Chopper to second. Bounces into the outfield. That's a base hit. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate.
Low inside.
And that drops in for a strike.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
No, that's it.
Overhand curve. Low outside. Cutter. High inside.
1-2 now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting 7, the 3rd baseman, Ryan.
Here's Ryan McMahon now.
Nope, ball.
Slider. Low middle.
Hey!
Slider. Low middle. Overhand curve. Low outside.
The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Goldie off of first with 2 away.
Ball, that's high.
4-seam fastball. Low inside.
In the air to left center. Varsho on his way over. And that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. We've played 2 full. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Yankees nothing. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one fouled off.
Well, these Jays doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just Pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
Ball.
Next
No,
pitch
that
misses.
missed. That's a ball.
Ball 3. Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And it's a leadoff double as they look to keep pulling away.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Goldie takes it to the bag. 1 pitch and 1 out. So up next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
That one finds the zone. 0-2 now. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. So they've still got both their challenges. 1 away with a runner at third. Swing and a ground ball. Handles, throws to first. He's out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the left fielder,
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. He's already homered in this game.
Outside. Ball.
Check swing, and he went. And it's 1-1. 2 outs and a runner at third. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a couple more. It's 5-zip.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
So 2 down. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Hard hit left side. McMahon fires over to first. And that's the inning. The Jays get a pair on this homer. And the lead is now back in New York. Set for the bottom of the number 62 takes over on the mound.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
4-seam fastball. High middle.
This one in the air. Valenzuela under it. And there's one down.
batting ninth, the catcher.
Now the catcher up to hit, Austin Wells. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Line drive, base hit. And now the lineup turns over with one away. Back to the top of the Yankee order. Ben Rice getting ready to hit. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
High inside.
There's a strike.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Middle inside.
The 0-2. And that one gets past the catcher. And now A man into scoring position. Here is Aaron. Judge.
Low outside.
And first offering is fouled off.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Man at second. In the air out towards right center. Strong on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One left for the Yankees. Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the fourth, Camilo Doval.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Hit on the ground to short, Volpe. He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job.
Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game. And now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Man at second. This one in the air, center field. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Up next for the Blue Jays,
Brandon Valenzuela will hit next. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Ball.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. One out and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4.
Ball. That's outside.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Off the mark there. And the count's full. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he held up. Two on, one out. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Grisham under it and makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Now a relay to third, and he gets to third safely, moving up on the fly out, and there are 2 gone. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
No, that's down.
First offering, and it just misses.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Two on, 2 outs. That one fouled off, 2 and 2.
No, that's
now
out.
he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Nothing happening on the bases, though. And a payoff pitch. Oh, great stop to first. And very nicely done for the out. Blue Jays leave a pair. Back at Yankee Stadium, bottom of the inning, Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Out towards right center field. Varsho settles under it. And there's one away.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Chisholm, batting with one down, takes a strike. Hauls it in, and there's two away.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, Paul.
Goldie steps into the box. Single to right in his first trip.
Hey, ha!
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Check swing called strike. No balls,
Slider.
two strikes.
Low outside.
And a swing and a miss. And that is that. 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the fifth. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Well, these Blue Jays, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
The 0-2. On the ground, right side, Chisholm. Over to first. One away here in the fifth. Kazuma Okamoto next up for the Blue Jays. He's already homered here in this one. Not close with that one, and that's ball one.
Hey!
To third, McMahon. To first, and the first two set down in the top of the fifth. New pitcher on now, Tim Hill.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
So up next, Davis Schneider. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the
Ball
dish.
high. Hee-haw!
Two down, nobody on. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. And he's gone yard again. That's his third home run of the game. And they add on. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. A 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
So two down. Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ball, that's high.
Outside with a breaking ball.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
Clement wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and that one was indeed a strike. So they'll lose their first challenge. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across, and we're at the top of the 5th. There's a line drive to left field. And that is that. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Trent Grisham. Check swing called strike. Strike 1.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
In the air, left field. Schneider gets under it. 1 away. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. McMahon in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Slider. Middle inside.
0-2 now. Popped up. Clement should have this one. 2 away now. And the batter will be the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. He's 0 for 1.
Heck one.
4-seam fastball. Low outside.
On the ground.
Foul.
And foul ball.
Slider. Low outside.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Down in order go the Yankees. Still up against us. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. So digging in, Miles Straw. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
And on base every time. Good speed. Comfortable lead, but they could always use another.
Jimenez in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. Jimenez, 27 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Runner on the go. Pitch is low. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top half of the 6th. High fly ball, right field. Judge has a beat on it. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he's in safely at third with one out. Here's the catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. This one in the air center field. He's got it. Runner tagging and heading for home. He scores on the sac fly. It's 7-0.
In that situation, you're looking to get something up in the zone that you put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to drive in that runner from third.
Springer in the box now. No balls and a strike.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
2 down, nobody on. High in the air, out to right. Judge gets under it. And that's the third out. Back in the Bronx. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells.
Hee-haw!
Two-seam fastball. Low outside.
Comes up empty.
You know, Boog, every team has a hitters meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about. 0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Two-seam fastball. Low outside.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
1-2 now.
Ball.
Slider. Middle inside.
Ripped into right center. Base hit. And they had their first base runner since the third inning.
So much of good hitting is finding holes. Defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Rice at the plate now, and that's strike one. Wells on at first, nobody out. That one's in there, and it's 0-2.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
Good eye
Outside.
in that spot.
That's the ball.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. 1 out man at first. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Nice grab. There's one. What a
He's
double
out of there.
play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning coming up. Blue Jays 7 and the Yankees nothing. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brent Hedrick.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Vladdy,
No,
the
that
leadoff
missed.
batter, as he looks at ball 1. Right through there for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
That's out to center field. Grisham on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Stepping in, Dalton Varsho. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Movement in the Yankees pen. Ryan Yarbrough, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Check swing. He went. And that's strike 1. This one lifted in the air, left field. 2 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the third baseman.
And next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here, home run. Another homer, his 2nd homer of the night, and they add a run. It's 8-0.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. He got on plane with that high fastball, and look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
So up next, Davis Schneider.
That's a ball. That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. There's a swing and a drive. That one's carrying. And it's gone. They go back to back. His 4th home run of the game. And they boost their lead. It's 9-0.
Wow, this is awesome. I mean, a 4-homer game. They're just so rare. They're so special and just so tough to pull off as well. Everything has to line up for you, but of course you got to make it happen too. And these are the types of performances that people just don't forget, and it's definitely going to live on in history.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Brent Hedrick won't go any further tonight. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Left-hander out of the bullpen, Ryan Yarbrough.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
2 down, nobody on. And that one hammered. And that gets down in the corner. Throws to second. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning. Well, this game is
very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go to Philadelphia.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yes.
Yeah. As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath.
Ball.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
It's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone.
Yeah.
And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Fought off foul.
Slider. Low outside.
Really nice
That's the
slider
ball.
right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Ball.
Slider. Low inside.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Two-seam fastball. Low outside.
Here's a 1-2. And they'll do it again. The Yanks with a lot of ground to make up here at the bottom of the 7th. He goes down looking. The Yanks lead 1, and they're down 9-0. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, putting on a show at the plate today as the spray. Chart gives us a look at their 6 homers so far.
Yeah, they've been sending them out all over the yard, Boog. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere for these pitchers to hide.
Did he go?
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And yes, he offered at it.
What you got?
Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. The 0-2.
That's up. That's a ball.
Swing and a bouncer. Chisholm tosses to first. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Here's Andres Jimenez. The Blue Jays up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Ball. Ball.
That's too
That's
low.
low. That's a
ball
ball.
3.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham is there, makes the catch. So digging in, Brandon Valenzuela. That one drilled left field, way back there. That's not coming back. A solo shot, and they add to their lead.
First pitch swinging, and he got the fastball. He knew exactly what to do with it, too. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Back to the top of the order now, and now George Springer. Laser could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the first baseman.
Now the number 2 hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 4 with a double. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Here comes Springer around third. He will score. It's an RBI single, and the lead continues to grow.
Comes through with the RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now Dalton Varsho. That one misses. Ball 1. Guerrero leads off first with 2 down to the inning. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Last half of the 8th.
Now pitching for
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Chase Lee. This is his 3rd time out this year. And first offering is fouled off.
4-seam fastball. Low inside.
That one lifted to left. Schneider turns to the right on the move. Brings it in. And there's 1 down.
the batter, number 11. Shortstop.
Now it's the shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
That's towards center. Varsho settles underneath it. And there are 2 down. So up next for New York, Austin Wells. He's 2 for 2.
Sinker.
Strike two.
He's been great in this one.
Sweeper.
Eye-hand coordination
Low
just
inside.
failed him a little bit right there.
And that one hammered. Varsho raging back towards the wall. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Yanks held in check. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Fernando Cruz.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
The 0-1.
Two.
This one in the air right field. Judge going back on it. And a superb diving catch. What a play.
It's hard to believe a man that large is that athletic. Just a great diving catch by Aaron Judge. And when he hits the ground, everybody feels it.
Now here it. Davis Schneider. On the ground, right side. Fires to first in time.
The batter number 22.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. Started after it, appeal to first. Nope, he held back. Brings it in for the third out. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays, but they still lead it 11-0. Back now in the Bronx, bottom 9. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Yariel Rodriguez. He's making his 4th appearance of the season.
Ball outside.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Ground ball, Vlad Jr. He takes it on his own, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Judge in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1.
Low inside.
0-1 down. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Rodriguez in his 3rd season. He features a slider, a 4-seamer, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Yankees with only 1 out remaining.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Tap back to the mound. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Blue Jays slugged their way to a win in this one.
Well, I don't know what they did in the cage today or on the field for batting practice, but when you win by double digits, something is clicking. That batting coach feels pretty good about himself right now, but more so the players. They can't wait for the next one. Come back out, score, and get another W.
11-0 your final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
I go, coming live again from the home of the drag races. Let me add